Hello, Americans, other friends, subscribers around the world. Hey, man! So today, we are headed down. We're in Cambridge, Idaho. I think it's 8 miles or something to Midvale. That's where they're doing a flea market and farmer's market. So we're going to go check it out. It's the first... They just now added, this is the first one, added the flea market, so we're going to see how that is. Right now, go easy. I'm going to stop down here. A little potty break, stretch your legs. And then this here, and the whole wall's out on this side of it. That right there was old Clyde Snell's gas station. And with my grandpa, we delivered parts and pieces, and always went across the street and would have cinnamon rolls with him and stuff, man. Such great memories of that. Delivering parts with my grandpa. And that was, it's been for sale. It actually sold twice in the last few years. And I'd love to buy that old place. We used to have the pumps out front. And then there was a sign over the door that said Clyde Snell. You know, his name. It's gone now, but it was there for years, man. I always wish I could have got my hands on that. And then there's Cambridge, Midvale. We're headed down to Midvale. The crazy thing between not too far from the creek bottom, all the way to a couple miles out of town here, the roads were soaked, man, puddles and everything, man. So the rain went through, but it missed the creek bottom. Obviously missed Cambridge too. So, dude, I gotta say, that was the fanciest outhouse I've ever been in. Electric doors, all kinds of electric locks and stuff. Kind of crazy. So if you're ever in Cambridge, Idaho, want to go to a fancy little outhouse,
Have a little break.
It's on the outskirts of town, yeah. On the east end, northeast end. We gone. RVs there. Well, look at that big old mother.
Yeah.
Some yard sale sign back there. Indian Valley. Might have to check it out. Don't need no more junk. We need to have a yard sale before we go to one.
Yes.
All right, so I don't know. I think film's going, and that was this morning. Then it's getting later afternoon now. Been back here, been doing some editing, some listing, and the weather outside is, man, it'll cloud up, rain, thunder, lightning, sparking fires. Over by Muskrat. I haven't heard of any here, but I haven't looked lately. And then all of a sudden the sun will come out, man, barreling hot. It's muggy. It is the craziest weather. Nuts. So, okay, so we were headed down I think part of this, I don't even know, I haven't looked at this part of the video, man. This kind of runs off of the yesterday's video today. But we were going down to the flea market down in Midvale, farmers market, flea market thing that they were putting together. And we went on down there, and you know, I expected to be 10 or 15 vendors. I was hoping, at least. And we got there, and I think there was 5 booths. Nobody walking around, nothing. Kind of a bummer, man. You know, it didn't spend no time there or nothing. It just wasn't what I hoped it would be, or probably what they hoped it would be either. And maybe it'll grow. You know, as far as the farmers market, it's too early to be buying local produce right now. So I'll give it a month or something. Maybe the flea market thing will pick up. You know, the only thing that I really seen was arts and craftsy type stuff, and it's just not my thing, man. So anyway, so we headed back from that, a little disappointed, and coming back through Indian Valley, there's a yard sale sign. So went down to the yard sale, and a few years back, these old boys had a yard sale. I don't know if they've done one in the last couple years, but a few years back, I'm sure I showed the stuff that I got that year. I went there, and they had some buckskins that I was, you know, wanting, and was supposed to get back a hold of the guy, never did, and all that. Went by his place. Every time I'd go by his place, you know, I figured if I caught him outside there, or seen him outside, because he's got a shop outside, that I'd swing by. But I never, you know, just didn't really want to knock on his door or whatever. Anyway, he was the one having the yard sale today. So ended up swinging in there. So of course, you know, and I said, man, I always say, man, you know, knives, guns, pocket knives, or knives, you know, anything like that. Well, had this old hatchet. Look at that thing, man. It has been used and abused, man. Not much of it left, but it's pretty dang cool. So picked that up, I think $3 or something like that. And then knives, man, knives. Get my hands on them. Whole handful of knives I picked up. Picked up this old, this thing's pretty rough, but an old Uncle Henry Schrade USA. Man, look at that blade. It's been over sharpened. You know, it needs to be cleaned up. I might be able to make it. The lock blade ain't working, so I'm gonna clean it up, work on it a little bit. But so pick that up, man. Used and abused, man. Used and abused. Old Klein tools. And these were all a buck a piece, man. Buck a piece. Uh-oh. Well, that works because I did it earlier. Then I got old Kershaw lock blade, made in China though, or Japan or something. Made in Japan. Of course, Kershaw sold out. It used to be made in Oregon. Then I picked up, and look at that mother. USA. It's actually Schrade USA. Man, big old long. They were calling them box knives. Man, look at that mother. West Coast produce. Then I picked up, let's see if these are all Schrade. Well, that one's just stainless. That one's a Schrade. That one's a Discovered Advantage. I think that West Coast one, I think it's the only Schrade. Didn't even realize was that? It's you, the Colonial. Yeah, that one's even longer. Look at those things. Columbia Reach. Yeah, that one's bigger than the other one. It's USA, can't make out that. Bee Scent. And then Chemical Supply Company and Blackfoot, Twin Falls, and Mini Cassia. Oh, that was a good one too. That's an Idaho one. Colonial. Anyway, man, pick those up. Oh, and then the one other one that I got. And I got to clean it up and everything. And it's missing the toothpick and the tweezers. Look at that old mother. Little Swiss Army knife, man. The real deal. So I got to definitely got to clean it up, man. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. But those well, you look these up, man. Some of these are worth some bucks. That's a big one. Not as big as some of them, man. They get huge. So I got that, and then I bought I asked him, hey man, he didn't have them out. Asked him, you got those, or I told him, a few years ago, pretty sure he remembered me, but I told him a few years ago, you had a couple years ago, you had them deer hides, or deer skins. Still got those? Oh yeah, man. So he went in the shed, got them. Went in the shed, got them. And, got a whole box, 7 of them. All buckskin. And then I'm gonna have to get back hold of him because he said he had some elk, or a couple elk hides and some more deer hides. Oh, that one's a big one. Man, all smell good, man. Good condition. So I ended up getting those. So that was awesome. Awesome. So that so it turned out, kind of a bummer about the flea market and everything, man. I was kind of hoping, man, looking for I thought there might be somebody there at the deal too with local meat, down there. We get what local meat we can, but always looking for a new source on something like that. You should too, if possible. So that didn't turn out today, but ended up doing all right there. There was other things I was going to tell you, and I can't even. I'm kind of tired, man. I'm kind of whooped today. It's getting close to dinner time, quitting time. So that's really all I got for you today. I don't know how much of a video or anything it is. Yesterday's was a short video. And let's see what tomorrow brings, man. The weather, it's between 100 and 110 degrees, man. Once it starts warming up like that, I come in here and work, and I don't think you want to just watch me in here fiddle farting around, but maybe you do. So y'all be careful up there, man. As I tell you all the time, make sure you stock up what you can, food, stock up some water. It's I haven't really been listening the last couple of days, but things are happening, man. Things are happening. Good Lord willing. And them creeks don't rise. We'll be back again tomorrow. See ya.